I'm Abby St. John, and joined here today is local restaurant owner, That Barbecue Place in Sherwood Park, Alberta, Bruce St. John. How are you doing today?
Good, Abby, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So tell me a little bit about why you decided or how you decided to get into the restaurant business.
Well, my best friend Dave, known him for over 30 years, and this has been a hobby of mine for over 30 years. So he's had a few of my barbecues, and he loves it. And he came back from a trip from down south. He travels to the States a lot, and barbecue's just so huge down there. It's like Tim Hortons here. It's every street corner has a barbecue place. And he came back from one such trip, and we were sitting in my backyard actually having a barbecue. Our wives were inside, and he had an idea. He said, "Hey, would you like to open a barbecue restaurant here in Sherwood Park?" So I thought about it, we discussed it, we did some research. After a few weeks, we thought we could probably do it. So then we asked our wives if, should we go ahead and do it? And they were fully supportive. And that's what we did. We started looking around for a location. We found one we liked. We ended up designing it, building it. And that's just how we started. He was the business side. I was the hands-on, you could say pitmaster, the cook. It's all homemade recipes that I've been doing over the years, and yeah, we just did that. So far, it's been a good experience.
So tell me a little bit about the process of getting into it. Like, what did you have to do to actually get ready to open?
To get open, oh geez, that was very long, 3 months. It was working 7 days a week. Like I say, we built this place. It was an empty shell. Getting all the supplies, finding out the right suppliers, actually, and getting set up and learning the process, because it was a huge learning curve since we've never had a restaurant or worked in a restaurant before. And it was a long 3 months to the point of opening, and then it was a long 7 months to a year, especially the first year. I mean, we made a lot of mistakes, but we corrected a lot, and we're still learning. So yeah, it was tough. It was fun, but it was tough.
And being local, do you find that is a big challenge for you?
Oh, the local residents here in Sherwood Park, plus all the surrounding communities, such as Lloydminster. It's only a couple hours away, but I have so many regulars from Lloydminster. It's awesome. Edmonton, Beaumont, St. Albert, all around the area. The locals here love it because it's locally owned. I've lived here for over 20 years. I just live down the road. So community is very supportive. I've had regulars coming here, for most of them since the day I've opened, and it's been almost 6 years now. So, and it's nice. They don't want to see me go, and I just try to keep them happy. So.
And do you find that coming up with new ideas is challenging as well, or do you find that they like the new ideas?
It can be challenging sometimes. Once in a while I will throw something out there, and I get the reaction. If it's good, I'll keep it on. If it's not, then we'll try something different. Most people, they like what I have. They like the simplicity of my menu. It's not huge. It's just basic homemade cooking, which they know they're going to get consistently good.
Okay, well, we will be back in the next hour to talk a little bit more about recipes and meals. Joined here with me again, Bruce St. John of That Barbecue Place in Sherwood Park. Tell me a little bit about the foods that you serve here.
The foods, it's beef brisket, pulled pork, turkey breast, ribs. I do smoked baked beans, garlic mashed potatoes, cornbread, coleslaw. It's not a huge menu, but it's consistent. I think that's what a lot of my customers like, because they know they're going to come here and they're going to get the same quality food that they've gotten the last dozen times they've been here. I think my most popular product is probably beef brisket, just because it's such a hard cut of meat to prepare and cook properly. Believe me, over the years, there was a lot of meat that just wasn't edible, but you learn from your mistakes. So.
And tell me a little bit about how you prepare your meats to get to be cooked.
Well, what we do is I developed my own spice rub over the years. So it's very simple. I just take my meat and it's all, there's no injections, nothing. I put my own spice rub on it, and that's all my meat. I put it in my smoker, and low and slow. I use strictly just applewood and smoke it for like the briskets and the butts. They usually get about an 18 to 20 hour smoke at low temp, and my ribs and turkey, obviously they take a lot less time, like ribs are 4 hours, my turkey breast 6-7 hours. So everything is done here in house. You can actually, when you come in, it's an open concept kitchen. You can see the smokers. A lot of the times you'll see myself or my staff taking meats off or putting meats on. So everybody knows it's done here daily. And I get complimented on the smell every time it comes in here, and everybody, oh, it smells so good. I wish I could smell it all the time, but I'm so used to it, I don't smell it anymore. But it's nice to hear people love the, the aroma when they walk in. They know they're getting fresh, homemade, cooked food here. So. And
was it hard to come up with the recipes to make it the way you want it to?
It was just a lot of trial and error, getting people to taste them, see if it was good or not, wasn't just my taste buds, deciding if it was good or not. It was, I want to make sure people enjoy it. So, and that's the whole idea. I mean, I won't serve anything that I won't eat, but I also want to make sure that everybody else likes it as well. So, yeah.
And being local, how do you get the word out to people about your place?
Word of mouth has been my best advertisement. I'm in the local paper every once in a while. I take an ad out. My social media is good. My oldest daughter, Katie, takes care of that for me. She does a great job. I get compliments on that all the time. So yeah, it's for a local small owner, business owner, you have to find economical ways to get the word out. So it's been pretty good.
And what would you say is your most popular meal?
I would say most popular meal would be either a meat plate, would be a brisket meat plate with a couple sides, and the sandwiches, I would have to say pulled pork is my most popular. But I've had customers come in here for 4 or 5 years and they've picked one thing, and I don't think they've ever changed just because they like that one thing so much. So I can't fault them for that.
And if people out of town or haven't heard of this place and they want to contact to see what's good, how can they do that?
If you search for That Barbecue Place, the website is there. It'll give you the address, the hours, what I have menu-wise. It's dine-in, take-out. I mean, I call it quick service because everything is cooked, ready to go. We just have to put it together for you.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us, and thank you.
Thank you, Abby.